There are two things we need to get right in order to make this next stage of life your best possible. But the problem is that most people and really the entire financial industry focuses on just one. A lot of people end up achieving financial security in retirement, but then they have this feeling of not feeling as good or not feeling as happy as they thought they were going to feel, which is, kind of leaving them thinking, is this all there is? So I want to share those two things with you in this video, two things to focus on to just make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Now, very quickly, I'm Dave Zoller and I run a retirement planning firm. And over the last 14 years, I've helped a lot of people plan retirement and people retire. And I got to see a lot of people living their best life in retirement and then also not, unfortunately. So I want to share these two parts and give you some ideas on what you can do so that you can have a much better chance of living that ideal retirement. The two parts, when I say them, you might say, oh, well, yeah, I knew that already. But just stay with me because really just these few minutes can really improve your future. So the first thing we want to get right is one that everyone focuses on, and that's really where the financial industry focuses on, and it's where the majority of time is spent when we're planning retirement, and that's just the financial side of the equation. And it looks something like this. I could pull up my screen. It's the two parts. This part is the money side. It's the questions like, do I have enough? Can I afford to maintain my pre-retirement lifestyle and, all these things, protect against downside or whatever it might be, Roth conversions, starting income, can I help my family? All the financial questions. There's many, many more than this, but that's where most people focus their time. And the financial piece, this financial part, is essential to retiring right. Without it, then we're going to feel that uncertainty, and that can lead to more stress or worry leading up to or in retirement. Most people that reach out to us, they've done a really good job saving over the last 30, 40 years and adding to their nest egg or whatever they might call it. And now they're getting close to retirement, and then they realize how valuable some of these other things are to the success of their plan. Things like the withdrawal strategy and protection maybe during down markets or something like that, or definitely the tax reduction strategies they have. But once you figure out the financial piece and you've got that plan set and you feel good about it and you're doing all those things and you have a system to regularly monitor it, then you want to make sure that you're prepared for the non-financial part. So what's the non-financial part of retirement? It's the part that many people don't spend much time on, but it's essential to that fulfilling retirement. If we don't plan ahead for this, it's common for retirees to go through the honeymoon phase of retirement where everything's amazing and they're enjoying this newfound freedom that they have in their life. And then after that, there can sometimes be a letdown stage or even a feeling of, that feeling of, is this all there is? And sometimes it's a bit of a depression phase until you get through it. You might be thinking, well, no way, I've got tons to do if I were to retire. I'm not going to feel that way. And, I've got hobbies, I've got different interests I want to do. And plus, I'm going to golf a lot more. If that's you, that's great. One thing to just think about and just make sure that you do is continue to build ways to feel a sense of accomplishment or progress in your day-to-day or week-to-week life. With those hobbies and with those interests that you have, that sense of progress is an important part to just our mental success in retirement. So just make sure you've got that feeling of accomplishment and progress too. And very quickly, let me just pull up my screen again to give you the examples of what that means. What is the non-financial part of retirement? It's just those things that lead to the most fulfillment and joy, peace and freedom. And then most importantly, something got knocked out here, but this is significance. Now, you might be asking yourself or thinking this way of, I know I can retire right now, but what am I going to do all day? So there's sometimes two types of people. It's the can't wait to retire, I'm going to have plenty to do. And then it's, I know I can retire, but what am I going to do? It can be difficult to transition from the last 30 to 40 years of working and then all of a sudden stopping. And much of our social connections and really our purpose is tied to work for many of us. When it's gone, that's a big, big adjustment to get used to. We've got a doctor friend and client of ours that's shared this feeling with us before he was retiring, and he knew he wanted to prepare so that he was 100% confident moving into this next stage. So we shared the solution of how we saw other people do it. Some other people who have gone before him and retired, and they're living their ideal retirement. And the solution is really just time away from work to reflect and think about this next stage of life, to really find that purpose-driven retirement. The problem with that is that it's not easy to do for many people, that self-reflection and that thinking time, especially when we've got our head down working and really no time to even look up and do some of this other stuff that's needed. So that's why we created this Find Your Purpose in Retirement 8-day email course, and I'll include a link below. Now, when we work one-on-one with people, we can help guide them through these exercises, but because this is we don't have enough time to do that with everybody who's watching, this is going to be a series of 8 short guided exercises you can go through to really get closer to that feeling of fulfillment and really that feeling of what ideal retirement might look like for you once you're done with your current work. All you need is really something to write with and then a journal, or just something to write on. You can either spend 5 to 10 minutes each morning for the next 8 days and answer the questions, or you can just let them compound. The 8 days come in via email, and then on your next day off or your next Saturday or Sunday morning, you can answer all of them in one big session. And since we can't walk everyone through this is really this guided exercise. These emails are the next best thing to figuring out the non-financial part of your retirement, so you can get that joy and peace and freedom and significance that you might be looking for. So check out the Retirement Journal 8-day email course below. And I hope this was helpful for you, just to look at these 2 essential parts of success in retirement. Both of them are critical and important, so I hope you can figure them out. So I hope that was helpful for you, and maybe it made you think. If it was, please give this video a like so that hopefully YouTube can recommend it to other people like you who might be asking the same types of questions. Have a great rest of your day and take care.